don't really know how to say this, so I'm just gonna drive and talk and hopefully I get my point across because I was 115 pounds. It's been 2 years now that I've been in maintenance. I have Hashimoto's, I have insulin resistance, I have PCOS, I have been fat my entire life. And this is the first time I have ever been this weight. This is the first time I have ever been this healthy. It is the first time I have ever been this thin. So when you're this size, this current size, people start to react to you a little bit different in the fact that you can't talk about your weight and you can't talk about your current struggles because they forget that you used to weigh 115 pounds more, and they diminish what you say because you do currently look the way that you look, which that's a whole nother just conundrum of this whole societal thing that we all go through, whether you're fat or in shape or whatever that is. But in conjunction with that, I think what people forget is that most people regain their weight within 5 years of losing it. And they regain it and they gain more. The hardest part of maintenance is that you're not actively losing weight. You have to eat at a maintenance, which is a lot more food than you're used to. You have to understand your body and understand scale fluctuations to the point where you don't obsess or get too focused on it, but yet at the same time, you have to be on guard against your body trying to regain that weight, which people just don't talk about the fact that you have to be on guard against weight regain because your body wants nothing more than to put that weight back on. I do DEXA scans. I do them every 3 months. One to see, I'm trying to build muscle and I want to see what I'm building and grow that muscle. But two, I want to know my actual body fat composition, meaning the scale is water weight and water fluctuations and inflammation, and so you can't trust the scale in any capacity on whether you're gaining or losing weight. But what you can trust is your actual body fat percentage. And DEXA scans are the truest way to show that. So I got to a 20% body fat. That is a healthy body fat for me. It is a body fat percentage I want to keep. I don't want to be smaller. I don't want to be bigger. I want to stay around this body fat percentage. That's where I want to be. So this last recent DEXA scan that I went to go get really bothered me. It bothered me because not only have I gained a little bit of muscle, which I gain a little bit each time, that's what I'm trying to do, but I also gained about 3 pounds of actual body fat. And before you scroll or say anything in the comments, 3 pounds of actual body fat is a significant increase in body fat percentage. It is not something that happens overnight. People think you gain weight overnight. No, you gain water overnight. You don't gain actual body fat percentage. That tells me that there is something majorly wrong in my diet and what I'm doing, or something else, which is why I get DEXA scans. So 3 pounds is a significant increase in body fat, and I need to really look at what I'm doing. The reason I don't talk about this on social media is because you guys are probably sitting there right now going, what is 3 pounds? 3 pounds is 2% difference in my body fat percentage. And if I let that go and dismiss it and say it's okay, it's fine, and I don't really take a hard look at it, now that 2% turns into 4%, which is how I got to be 260 pounds. And so when I really looked at things, I had to accept a couple of things, which is number one, I'm walking a lot less than I need to walk. And so I have to fix that now. And two, I am not being as aware of some of the older habits, like munching late at night, snacking on little things here and there, as I have been in the past, and that is showing up on the scale. And I can fix those things, and part of being aware of these things is knowing that I can fix them and doing that, taking that action, not dismissing it, not telling myself it's going to be okay and that I'll get back at it. No, it's taking action today, which I've already done. But I think the disheartening part to all of that, which I think is the part that I'm struggling with right now, is it is truly the reality that there will never be a time in my life where I don't have to guard against this fat gain and these old habits. And I think I already knew that, but I think sometimes you know things, and then sometimes you get smacked in the face with that knowledge where it's like, oh yeah, kind of like when I realized that I have to eat anti-inflammatory for the rest of my life if I want to manage my autoimmune disease, because that's with me for life, which means there's never going to be a point in this life where I don't have to watch the foods that I eat to feel my best because I have an autoimmune disease. I think what's bothering me the most about this is that I just hit that same realization with my weight, which is I don't think there'll ever be a time in my life where I can not do the things that I have to do to keep the weight off. And I have to do a lot because I have Hashimoto's, PCOS, and insulin resistance. I have to do a lot to keep this weight off. And I guess I'm just having a day because for the rest of my life, I have to walk 10,000 steps. For the rest of my life, I have to eat anti-inflammatory. For the rest of my life, I have to keep my sugars under an average of 20 to 30 grams of added sugar. And I have to make sure that I'm getting the water I need and doing the Stairmaster sessions and doing all of those things. Because it's not just about like eat less. It is all of the things that somebody who has previously been overweight has to continue to do to keep that weight off. And when you have autoimmune diseases, when you have insulin resistance, when you have PCOS, it is not just what everybody else has to do to lose weight, it is 10 times more. And then to keep that weight off, so it is a struggle to lose that weight. And then to keep that weight off, you have to continue to keep doing 10 times more work to keep that weight off. It is a lot. It takes a lot for me to be healthy. And I think that's what people don't get.